You pick up your phone for just the second, and suddenly 47 minutes disappear. You can't focus, and you can't start either. But no, your brain isn't broken. Don't panic yet, because that's just the norm in 2025. The modern world is hijacking your attention. But why does that happen? Let's find out today. It always starts small. A tiny ping, a little buzz, a harmless thought of, let me just check this one message. Congratulations, that's the sound of your attention shattering like a cheap glass plate. One notification can destroy more productivity than a full power cut. Because every time your phone whispers your name, your brain doesn't just look, it switches modes, and that switch costs energy. And here's the unfun science behind it: attentional residue. Your brain doesn't immediately return to what you were doing. It stays half stuck on whatever it just saw. So even when you get back to work, part of your brain is still thinking, why did Ria send 3 laughing emojis? Is that good? Bad? Am I in trouble? For example, you work 2 minutes, check one message, come back, and suddenly everything feels slower. Your thoughts trip, your focus stutters, your brain starts buffering like old-school YouTube. And no, nothing is wrong with you. Your brain lags because you're human in the era of 8,000 distractions per minute. But here's the twist. The distractions themselves aren't even the final villain. They're the minions, the background henchmen. Because the real boss fight? Dopamine. Welcome to the dopamine economy, where every tap, swipe, and scroll buys your brain a tiny hit of excitement. Notifications, reels, games. The modern world doesn't just entertain you, it floods your reward system like a busted fire hydrant. Your brain gets more stimulation in one morning than cavemen got in a month. They chased mammoths. You chase reels. Same energy, different cardio. Dopamine isn't happiness. It's motivation, anticipation, the thrill of something interesting might happen. But when your brain gets too much dopamine too often, its baseline drops. Meaning, normal tasks suddenly feel like chewing on a cardboard box. You open your textbook and your brain goes, where are the colors, the sounds, the drama? Why is nothing exploding? If everything feels boring lately, it's not boredom, it's dopamine burnout. But dopamine isn't the only trap messing with your focus. There's a whole circus in your skull. If dopamine is the spark, overstimulation is the electrical fire. Fast visuals, split screens, noise, impulses, emotions. Your brain is drowning in input. You're trying to focus with music blasting, notifications buzzing, and your existential crisis warming up in the background like it's doing vocal exercises. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for deep focus, has limited capacity. And when too much information hits at once, it does what any overworked employee would do: take an unpaid break. That's why multitasking feels productive, but is actually chaos with nicer branding. And in today's world, your brain almost never enters monotask mode. It's stuck in rapid response mode, half alert, half distracted, and half tired. The result? Even in silence, your mind taps its foot, waiting for something to happen. Your brain becomes a bored cat knocking things off a shelf. And that constant noise leads to mental fatigue. Your brain isn't unmotivated. It's running on fumes. But the world hasn't just drained your energy. It has redesigned the way you think. Enter the productivity mirage. That feeling of being insanely busy while actually achieving absolutely nothing. 10 tabs open, 3 tasks in progress, 0 meaningful outcomes. Welcome to the loop. Motion isn't progress, it's noise with ambition. This is action bias. Doing something feels safer than stillness. Rearranging files, highlighting random lines, starting a new to-do list because the old one looks stressful. And social media glorifies the aesthetic of effort. So real work, the boring, quiet, consistent kind, feels wrong. If your day feels full, but your progress feels empty, you're inside the illusion. And hey, if this already feels a little too real, go ahead and hit subscribe so your brain at least does one productive thing today. Your future self will high-five you. And all of this leads to the real monster, attention deficit. Not ADHD, modern world-induced distraction. Your attention span now rivals a goldfish. And honestly, the goldfish is winning. This isn't personality, it's neuroplasticity. Your brain got perfect at switching and terrible at staying. Stillness feels painful. Focus feels foreign. Quiet feels wrong. You're not broken. You're just trained for distraction. And if you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead. Give that like button a tiny little boop. Your dopamine will thank you. But the good news? You're just out of practice. The 10-second rule. Don't start the task. Just look at it for 10 seconds. The dopamine diet. Not live in a cave, just add small moments of boredom. Hide your phone. Not violently, but, gently throw it across the couch. And while your phone is safely, resting in its new hiding spot, go ahead and subscribe. You literally have nothing else to tap right now. Your focus isn't gone, it's kidnapped. And now you're officially one step ahead of the algorithm. Welcome to the classroom, where the jokes are questionable, the science is real, and the attention span is, well, we're working on it. This is Professor Clown. Your focus didn't disappear. It wandered off, and it's waiting for you to catch up. See you in the next one. And hey, don't forget to subscribe before your attention wanders off again.